Hi everyone, this is a quick video about leisure activities in ancient Spartan society. So I'm just going to go through the leisure activities that the Spartans engaged in and just give you a bit of background information about each of those. Now, if you listen to the podcast from the HTA and where Hodgkinson, Professor Stephen Hodgkinson was talking about Sparta, he actually mentions that the Spartans had a lot of free time and thus had time to engage in leisure activities. So if you remember how the society is structured, the helots and the perioikoi were engaged in a lot of activity, particularly trade, making items for trade, looking after the land. So that left time for both male and female Spartans to engage and take part in leisure activities. They also obviously took part in their military training, but they did have a lot of free time, so they're able to do a lot of the things that we're going to be looking at in a moment. So the Spartans, both men and women, took part in horse racing and also chariot racing. So they took part in chariot racing, and they actually enjoyed great success in the 4-horse chariot event at the Olympics. Next which was related to the chariot racing, because these were other things that were done at the Olympics, but also in Sparta itself, were athletics, so running, wrestling, discus, and javelin. And it's thought that the Spartans actually may have invented boxing as well. So that's a bit of a fun fact there for you. Okay, hunting. So this was one of the most popular leisure activities for the Spartans that they did in the foothills of Mount Taygetus. So they were hunting with horses, so on horseback. They also used dogs for hunting. So the dogs were thought to have a little more wolf in them, so they were known as Laconian hounds, and they actually were esteemed, so well thought of throughout Greece as hunting dogs. You could also do hunting without a horse, so if you didn't own a horse, you could still hunt game by chasing after hares and deers. And also there was boar hunting. Now this is thought to have been known as a rite of passage. So if you killed a boar, it was a mark of great social distinction for a man. So a wild boar is, think of a giant pig with tusks. So if you killed one of those, it was considered very good, and it was also like a rite of passage for a young man into full manhood. And we know that the Spartans also took part in feasting and drinking. The feasting and drinking was also an important part of Spartan life. We know that the men spent a lot of time in the Sistia with the other 14 Spartan men, and they became like a bit of a family. And finally, we have religious festivals. So from your research last week, when you looked at, I've asked you to research the religious festivals, so the Carnea, the Gymnopaedia from Sparta. You will know that they were very important, and we know that the Spartans spent a lot of time in terms of their religion. Famously, they didn't make it to Battle of Thermopylae because they were observing a religious festival, but this actually provided social activity throughout the calendar, and that also involved feasting, singing, and dancing. Okay, so that's just a very quick video. I hope it gave you a bit more information about leisure activities, and remember to, when you look at archaeological evidence, to link it back to their leisure activities in everyday life. We see evidence of what they did within those archaeological examples.